Good morning, children. Welcome to my channel, Computer Education 2K. As per my commitment, I am here with the solution of specimen question paper section B for the semester 1 exam of 50 marks, which will be held in the month of November. In section B, there will be 4 questions, and in each questions there are some parts, and each part contain 1 marks. And as I have seen in section B, most of the questions are given from these 3 topics. So you will have to prepare all this topic very carefully. Then only you can attempt section B questions. Now let's start solving section B. In section B, the first question is question number 7. One thing I would like to tell you here, for attempting the questions in section B, first of all you have to read the questions very properly. Then only you will be able to answer the questions given in section B. So the first question is given below a class with the following specification. Class name is overload, member methods void print int n, and this function or this method will print the first n natural numbers. Then boolean print int m int n, and this function will check whether n is multiple of m or not. Okay, now you can see this program is based on function overloading. How you know this is a function overloading program? Because you can see there are 2 functions, void print int n and boolean print int m int n. There are 2 functions, their name are same but their parameters are different. So this is a program on function overloading. The first function prints the first n natural numbers. N natural numbers. Now many of you have doubt, what are natural numbers? Now natural numbers are part of number system including all positive numbers from 1 to infinity. Natural numbers are also called counting numbers because they do not include 0 or negative numbers. 0 is not a natural number because for counting any number of object we start counting from 1. So you have to print the first n natural numbers, means all the natural numbers from 1 to n. And this function you have to check whether n is multiple of m or not. Okay, now let's see the questions. There are few blanks given over here with question number A, B, C, D, E, F. Now in A, obviously it will be class name, and the class name is overload. So in A, it will be part 2. In A, the answer will be part 2, overload. In B, see, this is a for loop and you have to print out the first n natural number, and n natural number start from 1 to n. So and the loop will be made with the variable k. So you have to write here in B k equals to 1. So in B it will be k equals to 1. So in B you can see, so this is part 1. This is the answer for B, blank B, k equals to 1. And in C you have to print natural number till n, so it will be k less than equals to n. So in C it will be part 1, k less than equals to n. And in D, obviously the number will increase 1 by 1, so it will be k plus plus. So in D it will be k plus plus. So part 3, D is part 3. Now next is E. So you have two numbers, one is M and one is N. So it will be here N, int N. So in E it will be part 1 int N. E will be part 1 int N. And then at last F. You have to check here whether N is multiple of M or not. You have to check here whether N is multiple of M or not. Okay. So you have to check N is multiple of M or not. So it will be N modulus M. So in F it will be N modulus M. So in F it will be if N modulus M. So it is part 1. Part 1. So you have seen all the blanks, and I think you have marked all the blanks properly, children. Okay, now let's see the next question. Move on to next question. Question number 8. Now this is a question on functions. So let us read the questions. The following program is based on specification given below. Fill in the blanks with appropriate Java statement. Class name, telephone. Member variables, int NOC. NOC means number of call. Double bill. Bill means here, because it is a program on telephone, you have to pay the bill, that is a bill. And string name. String N. N represent name of the customer. So NOC, number of call. Then bill, N means name of the customer. Then you have this many functions over here. Void input to accept the data using scanner class. Void print to print the details. And void calculate to calculate the telephone bill as per the following criteria given below. First 100 calls free. Above 100 calls you have to pay rupees 2.50. So now let's see the blanks. Class in A, obviously again the class name is what? You have to give the class name. Class name is telephone. So in A it will be telephone. So A, the answer is part 1, telephone. Then B, scanner OB equals to, see here we are creating the object. So for creating object we use new command. So in B it will be 2. In B it will be new command. So in B, part 2 is the answer, new. In B, part 2 is the answer, new. Then in C, you have to enter the number of calls. NOC equals to, for entering any integer number, we write object name dot next int. So here object name is OB. So OB dot next int. Here in C we will write OB dot next int. So in C, OB dot next int. So part C. So part 3. Sorry, the part 3 will be the answer in C. OB dot next int. Then D. Here you have to check whether the number of calls less than equals to 100 or not. In D, you have to check whether the number of calls is less than or equals to 100 or not. Because as per the given conditions, you will have to pay nothing if your call is 100. Means first 100 call free. So in D it will be NOC, number of call less than equals to 100. So let's see D. Yes, number 2, NOC less than equals to 100. So D will be number 2, NOC less than equals to 100. So D is number 2. Because if your number of call is less than equals to 100, you have to pay nothing, you have to pay 0. nothing, so this 0. And in E, else how much you have to pay? You have to pay per call 2.50. So let's see, in E it will be in E part 1 will be the answer, because for first 100 calls you have to pay nothing, and if you are using for say 200 calls, so 200 minus 100 means for you have to pay only for 100 calls. So suppose number of call is 200, so it will be 200 minus 100 into 2.50. So in E this will be the option, this will be the answer in E. But one thing is wrong over here, in N it should be NOC, in place of N it should be NOC. Anyway, in E the answer is part 1. Then F, input is called here, print is called here, but what you have to call here? You have to call here calculate. So it should be T dot calculate in F. In F it should be, answer should be part 2 T dot calculate. Okay children, I think you have marked properly. Question number 9. The following program segment calculates the norm of a number. Norm of a number is square root of sum of square of all the digits of the number. Example, suppose you have taken a number 68. You have taken a number 68. Okay, then you will separate the digits and then square. You will separate the digits of this number and find the square of the sum of the digits. So the square of 6 is 6 into 6, and you have to find out the sum of the square of the digits. So 6 into 6 plus 8 into 8, it will be 100, and the square root of 100 is 10. So this is the logic. Okay, you will take a number, you will separate the digits, and then you will find the sum of the digits, sum of the square of the digits, and whatever will come, you have to find out the square root of that number. Okay, so this is the logic. So you can see the blanks are given A, B, C and D. A, initialize sum with 0. So it will be 0 here. It will be 0 because we always initialize sum with 0. So in A it will be 0. So in A, part 1 is the answer. In A, part 1 is the answer. Then B, see, you will have to separate the digits of the number, but how long you will separate? Until and unless the number will not become 0. So in B, the answer will be part 1 again, if n greater than 0. So B answer is part 1 again, n greater than 0. Then C, we are finding the sum of the square of the digits. We are finding the sum of the square of the digits. So in C, answer will be part 1 again, S plus D into D. And then in D, we are finding the square root of the sum. We are finding the square root of the sum. So in D, answer will be part 1 again, math.sqrt S. Now next question. Okay. Read the paragraph given below and answer the questions given below. To check for a conditions and execute the statement based on the conditions can be done using the decision control statement. The two decision control statements in Java are if and switch. Switch is also called as multiple branching statement. An if statement within another if statement is termed as nested if statement. Repetitive execution of a set of statements is termed as looping. The two types of looping statements are entry control and exit control loops. But while and for are termed as entry control loop, a for loop is used when the number of iterations is known. A while loop is A while loop is used when the set of statements are executed as long as the condition is true. It is executed when the number of iterations are known. So this is the paragraph. So based on the paragraph, we have to give the answer of the following question. Question A, B, C and D. Question A. What are the two decision control statements in Java? As we have seen in this paragraph, the two decision control statements in Java are if and switch. So this was the answer. Part 1 is the answer. B. An if statement within another if statement is termed as nested if. So part 3 is the answer. Name given for repetitive execution of set of statement, that is looping. Repetitive execution of set of statement is called looping. So part 1 is the answer. Number D. Which one of the following does not execute even once? Now see, this will execute 1 to 100 times. Though semicolon is not needed over here, okay, though it is a syntactically error, there is a syntax error here because the for loop never needs semicolon. But if we see overall, see, this will run 100 times, this will run at least one time, but this will not run because here given k equals to 10, means the first condition is false over here because k is 10, 10 less than 1 condition is false. So the answer will be part 2. And I think you have marked all the answers correctly. Okay children, thank you very much for watching.